What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So please do not kill me. I have never seen Doctor Strange. Although I love his character, I never saw it. So last night I decided to watch it and I was completely blown away by the movie. Like, I so enjoyed this movie so much. I felt like it could have been so much cooler if it was in 3D, because everything about this movie was so cool. I'm glad that I watched it so I can get a background of Doctor Strange and where he came from, and why he is the way he is now. So I really enjoyed, like, at first he looked so normal to me being a doctor, and I'm like, wow, like, I didn't know he, maybe I did know and I kind of forgot, but I didn't realize he was like one of the best surgeons. And seeing him work, it was pretty different to see him like that. And then I can see that there was a little bit of humor in him, so he cracked a few jokes throughout the movie, which was good. A few of them landed, a few of them didn't for me. But I love the storyline. I love the way that they put this movie together. I love the characters in this movie. When he was driving at night and he was speeding, I had a feeling that something bad was going to happen, but there was no way that I thought that he was going to have such a bad accident. And I really became very attached to his character while watching this movie last night, to the point where Tyrone looked at me. He was like, "You really care for him?" I was like, "Oh my God, yeah." Like, I was damn near in tears when I saw him in the hospital and they had his hands, like they had to put pins and screws. And I'm like, oh my God, he will never be able to do surgery again. What is going to happen now? I had no idea that that was his background story. So I was like, oh my God, like, what is he going to do? I feel so sad for him. And Christine, she was doing everything she could for him. And at first I didn't know the dynamic of their relationship, but I guess they used to kind of date. I don't know, but there was some type of interest there, which I kind of enjoyed. Like, I kind of liked that or whatever. But then at that point, I'm just like, oh my God, what is he going to do? Like, where's the story going to go now? So it was kind of funny how he ended up going to, I forgot the name of the place, but the temple that he went to go meet up with the Agent One. And on his way there, when she threw him out after they had met up, and he was kind of, not believing that you can really believe in the spirit and things like that. And when he got thrown out, I was like, oh my God, he was there for hours and hours and hours. And I'm like, he's really, like, still, like, he really wants to try to get his hands, fixed. So as he was learning, as soon as he started to learn, as soon as she was showing him, like the magic and things like that, then I started to kind of piece things together. I'm like, oh, okay. So it was pretty cool to watch him learn how to kind of let himself go and to believe in this other realm. And I was like completely blown away. And it was so funny how she was kind of doing things to him to kind of test him, to see where they were going, where he was going to go, and what he was going to be doing and things like that. So of course, I'm sure all of you guys probably saw it, so I don't have to drag this on too long. But the cool parts I thought was, first of all, I didn't like, what is the name of that, the villain, Cassidius or something like that. I'm going to tell you a funny story when I was watching that movie last night. So, oh, and then it didn't dawn on me at this point in this movie. I remember seeing her in one of the Avengers movies, but now I watching this, I was just like, oh, that's who that is. So I'm starting to piece things together now. But yeah, so when this evil man, Cassidius, whatever his name is, they were in the church, and him and his little cult or whatever was kind of, going through a little ritual, and our power went out at that precise moment. And it was the creepiest thing ever. I was so engaged in the movie then, and I don't know where you guys are, but we had a really bad storm yesterday. Literally, there was a power outage everywhere, and we were both like, oh my God, that was weird. That was really weird. So, that went on for probably, I don't know, 20 minutes, a half an hour, but then we were able to finish the movie. So, my favorite parts is, of course, when the fight scenes happened and the way that they were moving the buildings and switching, countries where they were. And it was so cool when he finally got to the case with the cape. And I was like, oh, now I understand, like, what's happening. So the cape kind of was looking for him, and then it was kind of cool because when he fell over the banister, the cape went after him, and he kind of floated up with the cape. I was like, oh, that was so cool. So that was one of the cool parts. Like, probably the coolest part for me was that part when he kind of floated back up with the cape, and I was like, man, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. So, after that, I kind of started to understand, like, okay, this is where the cape came from. He started to kind of dabble into the books of time, and that's where he got his powers from and things like that. And there was one part in the movie where I was just like, that was so stupid. So towards the end of everything, when he was kind of leaving the hospital and leaving Christina or whatever, and the cape kind of flew back over him and kind of attached himself back on, and then it started kind of rubbing his face, and I was just like, that was one of the cool parts in the movie. Like, you should have just let him be cool. Like, that was just stupid to me. I could have left that out. That was just dumb. But so other than that, like, the way that the movie ended, it was pretty cool. But then, of course, the end credit scene, the guy that was helping to teach him with the ancient one, he ends up being bad, and he leaves him and the Asian guy, I forgot his name. My mind is all over the place. But, like, I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, like, after the movie was done, I'm like, man. So then I haven't watched the Thor movies enough to, I think I remember Loki being Thor's half-brother, but I didn't really get it until the end of this movie. So that's another thing. So I really have a lot to catch up on, but I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was so cool. I hope that it comes out in 3D. I can't wait for the second one to come out. It was absolutely cool. Like, it was so dope. I enjoyed it from the very beginning to the end. I give this movie 4.5 toodles. I absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So now that I have everything together, I'm going to go back and watch a couple of other movies to kind of piece everything else together. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you guys enjoyed my movie review on Doctor Strange. And I know it's an old movie, but if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a comment below. Let me know which is your favorite part. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like and share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!